GVP.Station 芭乐苹果。接下来为您播放的是 Oldman David 的实况。骇客手成功，官方还没公布啊，无奈。需要证据。
These are the suspect's belongings. These abbreviations.
好像没什么用。问，去问。我来哩。名声与。
I have heard the story of Dawson and Nelligan, the West Country bankers.
Yes, Joshua Nelligan was my father.
I am aware that it had a bad ending. When the bank failed, it ruined half the families of Cornwall, whereupon Joshua Nelligan disappeared.
My father was under extraordinary pressure. Dawson had retired. I was only 10 years of age at the time, but it was still old enough to feel the shame that befell our family. My father was convinced that he could pay off all his debts if the creditors gave him time. He set sail for Hammerfest in Norway in his small yacht, just a few days before an arrest warrant was issued. He left my mother a list of the securities he was taking. No word was ever heard from him again. We believed that his vessel went down, taking with it everyone and everything on board.
Thank you for the story, Mr. Nelligan. At last, we are making some progress. Interesting. Joshua Nelligan and Peter Carey were both at sea in Norway. There is definitely some connection between Peter Carey and Joshua Nelligan's disappearance.
警察航海日志。所以该翻翻他的日记啊，看有没有什么新的推理线索。没有。哦，已经到了。好，我去翻一翻日记。
1883. That's the one I need. This is the crew list of the Sea Unicorn.
船员名单哦，约瑟夫沃克。 本杰明，船员名单哦，班长库比卡，约克。
Log notes for June, nothing unusual. Log notes for July, nothing special. Log notes for August. These pages have been torn away. Canadian Pacific Railway, CPR, a torn piece from a bond certificate. I have seen this abbreviation somewhere very recently. There are 3 ways of discovering what happened in August of 1883 aboard the Sea Unicorn. The first 2 of these will require speaking with a dead man. The last would be to learn.
找到主角线的船员，这有点难呢，上哪去找啊？我们看这个，他的老婆。
Who could do such a thing? My poor husband.
麦卡，诸葛燃烧。要找警察。我觉得应该要去贝克大街。还没到，很远。伤脑筋呢。已经到了，所以啦，接下来翻档案库。
Something new, Watson. I have the list of sailors who were aboard the Sea Unicorn. We shall soon learn what happened to Nelligan's father. I have only to find them. Let us hope they are still working at the harbour.
I think that if you pretend you're from Scotland Yard...
I doubt it, Watson. And really, I would prefer that all of this remains quiet for now. But I have another solution. I'll call in the specialist.
And who might they be?
The secret police division of Baker Street.
Ah, you mean young Wiggins and his gang?
Yes. Believe me, you'll receive more useful assistance from these little urchins than from a dozen yard detectives. Those children are everywhere. They see and hear everything, and they are cunning. All they lack is organization. I'll summon them.
How will you do that?
There is always a watch beneath our window. I have only to call him.
窗户啊，我刚刚看到这个东西，有点印象不太好。哈哈哈哈！啊 ，God！ 啊哈！怎么还是他？啊，有点选错了。啊，天啊，我的眼睛！
Wiggins, could you come upstairs, please?
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
Wiggins, I need you to track down certain people for me. I'll give you a list. You can read, can't you?
Big Oliver from our gang. He can, because his father is the coachman of a famous lawyer.
Fascinating. Here is the list of sailors.
Sailors? Easy. Just got to look where the rum and the red lights are.
还蛮机灵的。
Sorry to trouble you, Mr. Holmes, but the inspector asks that you come to the station as soon as possible.
Why?
Thank you. I'll be there shortly.
有哭？去苏格兰场。
Wiggins,
哦，已经到了。哦，他这边等我。
Mr. Holmes, I'm glad to see you.
As always, what happened?
We have a new suspect, Liam Hurtley. I'm thinking that this case will be resolved very quickly now.
Interesting. Pray tell.
Well, the constable that I left at Woodman's Lee noticed a suspicious individual prowling around during the night.
Do you have him here?
Yes. He refuses to speak with us, but we'll make him talk.
Let us hope so.
Oh yes, and one more thing. The constable told me that at the time of his arrest, the fellow was writing a letter.
Do you have it?
Of course. It's in the evidence room, at your disposal. Admit that for once, Mr. Holmes, Scotland Yard is a step ahead of you, eh?
Breathtaking.
哎呦，像家的一位能够啊！我们来看看他到底是找到什么。哦，鞋子哦。
These are the suspect's belongings. Liam Hurtley's old boots.
9号
They're
半
size
的。
9.5.
雷姆哈特利
A pen.
钢笔，
Nothing unusual about it.
钢的细。
The stains are fresh. They can be removed with the proper chemicals.
但是犯人越来越多了。
What am I doing here? I've done nothing wrong.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I would like to ask you a few questions.
I've already told the police that I've nothing to say. And you're not even part of the police.
Precisely. And considering your situation, it might be wise to speak with someone who is, shall we say, rather more neutral. You are a suspect in a murder case.
I know. Inspector Lestrade told me. It's ridiculous.
Could you at least tell me who you are, and exactly what happened that you should be brought here?
My name is Liam Hurtley. That I can tell you. But you're not getting any more than that.
Well, we shall see.
哦，要观察一下3样啊。哦，旧伤疤。哦，铝罐的小鸟手套。 植物遗体，园丁的手。
That's all for now.
没有园丁。感觉有点奇妙啊。陌生人晚上在李桥夫附近进行战，士兵啊，造成警力中的光荣救援义工。原来如此，凶杀案。我们去一趟樵夫庇护所，他的鞋子应该跟那个脚印有所吻合。 我觉得可以分上下集。我本来想说要等到那个什么新的主机来，然后再拍会比较好一点。哦，来试试。
These boots match the footprints exactly.
这就差。没有园丁啊。对，怎么可能没有园丁？未露面积。莫名其妙，到底那些搞不太懂，问他的夫人看看，或许能够知道些什么。
Does the name Liam Hurtley mean anything to you?
No, I don't know anyone by that name.
Really?
Thank you, madam.
Who could do such a thing? My poor husband.
明明就认识了。
Who could do such a thing?
这个小鸟图
Poor
案，
husband.
外在我们说这个人有奸情，一定有奸情，怎么可能不认识？放屁！哦，我们要回去一趟贝克街。很多很多的谜团开始浮现。哦，到了，我来化学检验一下。这个是应该拿有华生来处理这封信件会比较适合。
A new suspect, but this one refuses to talk. This case is more interesting than I first imagined.
啊，这边。
I need to prepare a chemical agent that is capable of removing fresh ink. For this purpose, the chemicals from the flasks should be combined in a certain order to perform a chain reaction. First condition, all 7 reagents should be used. Second condition, orange reagent should be the third one in the sequence after the blue reagent. Third condition, colorless reagent should be added after the orange reagent.
用7种。哦，知道了，7种都要用。
I need to prepare.
重置。Hello， 处方我大概看得懂了，所以
First
顺
condition.
序
All 7 reagents should
必
be
须用上
used.
所有7种试
Second
剂。
condition. Orange reagent should be the third
第三
one
顺
in
位
the sequence after the blue reagent.
哦，
Third condition. Colorless reagent should be added after the orange reagent.
无色的试剂，所以应该是要蓝色的，第3顺位。第3顺位哦，到底怎么样才能满足它嘞？啊，我知道了，要先放橘色的，然后再无色，无色之后再放蓝色。对啊，到底要7种试剂都要用。如果用上7种试剂了，应该是2个蓝色吧，2个蓝色先呢。那个就有顺序，2个蓝色。2次的蓝色加1次绿色。对。然后再加2次的橘色，第3顺位。无色要在橘色后面。啊，不一样哎，哈哈哈哈哈！哎呀，海亮亮，失败。7种试剂都要用，所以我在想，第一个是要用什么？应该是蓝色没有错，蓝色后面可能接，应该再看1次提示啊。
First condition. All 7 reagents should be used. Second condition. Orange reagent should be the third one in the sequence after the blue
第
reagent.
3位顺位。
Third condition. Colorless reagent should be added after the
无
orange
色的试
reagent.
剂。啊，我大概知道了，应该要先放1次蓝色的先，然后再放1次绿色的，再放1次蓝色的，然后再放1次橘色的，这样就满足第2个条件。那为了要第3个条件就是要无色的，我们再放1次无色的，然后再放1次橘色的，最后满足它第3个条件，无色的加进去。
Done. Now I can proceed
嘿
further.
嘿嘿，聪明的，难不倒我。
Let us see if the content of this letter sheds a little light upon the mystery.
糊糊的耶，有中文呢，有中文呢，有中文，而且它写字很方很正，像电脑一样，呱呱的。 哗哗哗哗哗哗哗了，咕咕。
I did as you asked and hid them well.
我照你说的把他们都藏好了，
How would Hurtley
但
react
我
to
恳
this?
请你重新考虑。什么还没看完重新考虑。我合着记住我们的誓言，我没有做任何不光彩的事。而你，我那是什么？信件。谁要给我放鞭炮？吵死！鞭炮声。所以总统机象显示，华盛顿酒后游行。
A new suspect, but this one refuses to talk. This case is more...
My archive. This is where... My archive. I can always...
看来还是有必要去一趟苏格兰场，亲自去问问看他的那个信件，看一下推理有没有新的线索。有新的，未解释的肉面。特例的信，尝试的宠物没有，消失的喜盒也不是。没有用。然后我们去问看看他那封信的到底是有什么线索，然后我们就结束今天的实况这样。然后我们下次再把后面的剧情补完。至少要把这个案件破完之后呢，我在接下来的2月份，把我的新主机弄好之后啊，我再来继续实况，因为我真的受不了，太钝了，无法理解。
Tell me, Mr. Hurtley, what were you doing at Woodman's Lee?
Woodman's Lee? I've never been there.
The second pair of boots that you had with you when you were arrested perfectly match the footprints found near the cabin where Peter Carey was murdered.
Footprints? That's your proof? How many men have boots like mine? That doesn't make me
没有
a
这游
murderer.
戏没有难度，应该也没有，就剧情啊，这个不会有难度的选项。
Now that your presence at Woodman's Lee has been proven, would you care to explain it?
I don't remember. What would I be doing there anyway?
老狐狸啊，我知道了，你去那边干什么？园丁打理良好的花园，戒指的刻字，烟草袋，看一下烟草袋，烟草的证据，烟草在哪里？这里 ，PC， 海报笔也不算啊，戒指。Dawson 1883也不是，父亲的夹克，园丁哦，第二个，没错。
Because you are the gardener at Woodman's Lee.
I'm not. How did you...
I observed your hands. They told me that you work with the earth. Small fragments of plants snagged to your trousers indicate that you were mowing very
然后
recently.
证明他的
But
老
the most
婆是
obvious
说
clue
谎。
presented itself in the bird embroidered on your handkerchief. A crested tit, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, you got me. Yes, I am a gardener, and I went there to get my tools.
So tell me, Mr. Hurtley, what did you hide?
Hide? What are you talking about?
想要说谎，这个你的信呢？
I did as you asked and hid them well. Should I continue?
很聪明的
My
问题。
letter? But the ink? That's impossible.
A touch of chemistry, nothing special.
Well, you're a smart one, but it's nothing. If you want to know, I was referring to my tools. It was to do with my work, see?
I will check that, Mr. Hurtley.
工具
That's all for now. Hurtley's stories are false leads, but now I know one thing for certain. I must examine the site where the garden tools are kept at Woodman's Lee.
好的，那么现在时间已经到了12:45了。那因为 Oldman David 晚上呢还要上班缘故，所以没办法再继续实况下去，是觉得蛮遗憾的。但是没有关系呢。那原本是想说下一次实况是要到2月份，等我的新主机到了之后，再继续实况这一款游戏嘛。因为我不希望说带给大家太顿贼的那个游戏画面，我也没办法受得了，无法，我就这么龟毛的人嘛。但是呢，因为我觉得剧情还蛮有意思，所以我是想要把它解完这样子。所以呢，跟大家预告一下，明天晚上，因为我有休假，然后我会实况。那预计是在什么时候？明天晚上是礼拜天吗？预计明天晚上8点左右啊，会实况这一款游戏吧。预计晚上8点好了，好不好？8点整来实况《福尔摩斯罪与罚》的应该算第1章节吧，就是黑彼得的剧情，把它看能不能把它补完了，好不好？那明天呢下午的时段呢，也有可能会开实况哦。那预计实况的内容啊，是我们 GVP 芭乐苹果的可能会找太子一起来玩，还有黑鼠他们这样。好，预计4点半过后吧，5点我也不晓得了，对啊，反正就你们下午啊5点左右可以过来逛一逛嘛。如果我们有在玩的话，我就会开台这样。那玩什么游戏啦，就不晓得，有可能是那个地锤守卫者，或者是那个那什么 Monaco， 对 Monaco， 是的。好，那如果说你喜欢我的实况风格的话，欢迎你在下面点选跟随。那如果你是皮克直播的观众朋友们呢，请记得在右上角有个跟随我的提示，你按下去之后呢，下一次我开台啊，就会接收到我的开台资讯啦。那如果说你有什么问题想要疑问的话呢，你可以利用 Twitch 的私讯方式啊，发送讯息给我，或者呢你在关于我，或是在下方的那个自我介绍区啊，有我的粉丝团连结，你也可以从粉丝团那边发文跟我联络。那我看到呢，我就会回答你的，好不好？好啦，那如果没有问题的话，我们今天就到这边结束。感谢你的收看，我们明天下午过后晚上再相会了。好啦，先这样子啊，关台谢谢各位，拜拜。我是Oldman David，我们明天再见，拜拜。